on the floor. How did that happen?
I think there's a mouse in the house.
Maybe. So this is EhCast. This is our podcast about game stuff and stuffs like that and things.
Yeah.
Today we'll be going over what numbers in the list, Kev? We're doing 61 to 50? No, 60 to 51? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, got it. Nailed it. And we're going to be talking about a bunch of other stuff. And we're not going to be talking to the election. Just saying it right now. Not talking about it. Left a little blurb in the last video if you want to check that out. And you can check it all out there. So, man, what's up? What have you been up to, buddy?
Not too awful much.
Not too often much. You know, the one thing I do want to say about the election, it reminds me of a story, okay? Now, you ready for this story?
Okay.
Now, I'm going to use fake names for these people. One's going to be Drew.
The respect.
And the other is going to be Bruno.
Mars.
So Drew and Bruno, okay?
Mars.
So Drew was a weird kid. This is probably back in like maybe grades 9?
Yeah.
Maybe 9 or 10?
Okay.
Drew was a weird kid.
Very.
He, yeah. Anyway, and then Bruno,
Mars.
a-hole.
Oh.
Big a-hole. He was like the classic bully.
Yeah.
Like he was like probably had 100 pounds on everyone else and just like push people around and just, I don't know, man. It was just, you know, single child.
Yeah. Daddy
spoiled kid.
Yep.
His dad was a really sweet guy too. He's super nice. Anyway, so this guy was a bit of an a-hole. And then we had Drew, who was just a weirdo.
Yeah.
And one day we're playing football and Drew hits Bruno. And it wasn't a nasty hit or anything like that. Like we were just touch football and gave him a little nudge. Anyway, Bruno flips out. And he starts to freak out, and he goes up to Drew, and he's like, yo, what was that about? And he's like, what are you talking about, man? And then, like, Drew tries to take a punch, and anyway, then Bruno flips him over right onto his back, right? It was pretty, like, clearly he was way overpowered. The dude had, like, a solid foot on him.
Yeah.
So anyway, so he's just standing over top, and then Drew gets up, tries to take another punch, and then Bruno flips him again. He's like, I'm going to take you out, man, if you keep doing this. So then Drew's like, okay. And then he walks away and he goes over to Bruno's bag, drops his pants to the floor and pulls his wiener out and is going to start peeing on his bag. Well, Bruno starts flipping out. But then the best part of all, he gets crowd shy and he can't pee. He's like tapping it and it's nothing's happening. And then Bruno wouldn't touch him because he had his pants down and his wang hanging out.
Yeah.
So then Drew started using that to his defense, you know, so he wouldn't pull his pants up so the guy wouldn't beat him up. And then he ran home. I don't think I've seen him since then. He switched schools.
That's the last of Drew Carey.
Oh my God. So yeah, that reminds me of the election. Anyway, what's your story?
Not a whole awful lot. I've been just traveling and stuff.
Traveling the lands,
doing touristy things. Went over to the neighboring province, Nova Scotia.
The New Scotland.
New Scotland.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of
That's what we call it. It's rocky.
Yeah.
It's got drunk people. It's pretty much the same place.
Yeah, pretty much.
So what'd you do there now?
We did just Halifax things. Just walked around, Remembrance Day. Yeah, a little bit of holiday time there.
Over there rocking the Senate half, eh?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. There's a lot of people there because it's
That's
an actual
yeah.
city instead of here.
Yes. Yes.
And then we went to Biggie's Cove. We did the Cabot Trail up in Cape Breton.
Nice.
And yeah, it was all pretty good. Good.
Nice.
Relaxing. Nice getting away.
Any funny stories from your adventure or any like, whoa, weird? Any of those things?
There's a surprising amount of roadkill
Oh, yeah?
in Nova Scotia,
Okay.
but there is none in Cape Breton.
Weird. The
And
locals must have got to it. You know, that's dinner.
It's such an odd difference. Like, it's like every like half a kilometer, there's roadkill in Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
Cape Breton, we didn't see any.
Really?
Just, you go over the Kansas Causeway. That's a little like bridge thing into Cape Breton. And suddenly no more roadkill.
You know what, though? I think Nova Scotia is just bad for roadkill because I remember it was up until I was 20, I hadn't seen a deer at all. And I mean at all.
Wow.
And then when driving through Nova Scotia, I saw half of one and the other half was on the other side of the road. Just a bad spot for roadkill in general.
Yeah, there's a lot. Mostly just raccoons, but
Yeah, a lot of raccoons, a lot of And the skunk that you pass every once in a while, it's like,
yeah.
just smells up the whole car, man.
Yeah.
Brutal.
gross.
So nothing else?
No, it was pretty
Oh,
standard.
you built it up like you were going to have this big tale. You're like, oh, I got some stories. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm down. No stories. 0 stories. What did I do over the weekend? I was actually in Nova Scotia as well, weird enough. So, okay, I had the longest day I've ever had.
Yeah.
I think the longest I've ever been awake. So I woke up on Friday at about 10 a.m. our time. Did a bunch of stuff, worked on some projects that hopefully you'll see eventually. And, just a bunch of other crap. Then I worked, and I worked until like 4:30 a.m. And then my buddies picked me up for 5. We then hit the ferry, which was, it was an awful ferry ride, dude. The boat was just swaying back and forth. Our food tray just flew off the table at one point.
Wow.
Oh yeah, someone fell over. And I got super seasick. So I just like stood outside and just looked at the horizon the whole time. Something about the wind in my face just helps. But anyway, So we went over there, and then we were climbing for a bit solid, 5 hours or so. We climbed for about 3, got drunk, then climbed more, and somehow I climbed better when I was drunk. Whatever, don't know how it works. And so we finish up, and then I get home at 1 a.m. the next day. So I was up for a combined time of about 39 hours. Then worked the next morning. And then got really plastered drunk. I was with one of my buddies, and she's like, dude, you're my hero. I'm like, I'm no hero. Just a dummy. But yeah, man, it was a good time. It was a good time for sure.
Remember any of it?
It's like... Someone's like, I said that to you yesterday. I'm like, wasn't that like 4 days ago? And it was just like, it was the longest couple of days.
Yeah,
but
I find when I'm up for like a really long time, like memory is just super, super foggy.
Yeah. And it was just, I had the opportunity to do a couple things together that made it so that it was going to be a long day. But like, I don't know, long days make for good memories.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you might as well just say yes to shit as long as you can like afford it or whatever. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So now, Kev, we got to get the housekeeping out of the way here.
Who's keeping?
What games you been playing?
I've played a little bit more of Reigns.
Okay.
It's pretty fun.
Okay.
Pretty fun little thing. Yeah, pretty much nothing outside of that though.
Really?
Yeah.
Nada.
Nada.
What have I been playing? I installed Battlefield 1 on my computer, and that's the closest I've got to playing it. I was like, I'm gonna play it. I haven't played it yet. I'm developing something, so I'm just playing that. Crap. You know what? Okay, so yesterday I tried to play Hotline Miami.
Yeah.
And I was hungover, so maybe it wasn't a fair shake. Got me super dizzy. I was like, oh, I can't handle this.
It's got a lot of
It's a lot of colors and just a lot of...
Pretty quick pace. Yeah.
I could not handle it. It looked like fun. Looked like it'd be a good time, but not today, my friend. Not today.
Not exactly a hungover game.
No, not at all. But I've noticed something about you, speaking about video games and stuff. You're using your PlayStation 4 like the most I've ever seen you use it. And I think it's because you're using Netflix downstairs and stuff like that. So now, for not using a console in a very long time, or not much of what I see, what's it like going back to the console-y stuff?
When you have to type in text and stuff,
Pain
it's
in the
like
ass.
the most painful thing.
The store is the worst, too.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, fuck, I got to get to Zed. Okay. And it's like all the way at the bottom because they do one letter at a time kind of thing.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. It just hits you in the face. But
yeah,
other than that, I think it's actually pretty smooth way to like actually do things as far as UI and stuff.
Yeah.
I really kind of just enjoy perusing Netflix on it, apart from when I have to search.
Yeah, the searching is a pain in the ass. I don't really like the Netflix app on the PlayStation Store, and the only reason why I don't like it is because when I click on a title, it doesn't immediately also suggest related titles.
Yeah.
Which is my favorite way of searching for movies. So, like, if I want to search for related, I have to search up a movie that isn't in there, and then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I don't know, it just doesn't feel very intuitive in that sense.
Yeah, that's fair. I mostly know what it is I want to watch.
Right.
You know, it's kind of how I watch Netflix. I don't really like look for suggestions because I have a giant backlog of things to watch, as you know.
Yeah, you got a lot of things to watch, but I'm gonna let you in on the fact, like, you're probably in the very, very, very small minority here. Like, the vast majority of people, I think, go on Netflix and like, what am I gonna watch? Like, totally just searching. Yeah. So I don't know. It'd be nice if that was a little bit tighter. So you're not minding it too much, the constant updates?
There hasn't been too many updates recently.
Okay.
I feel like it's probably because the console is like over 2 years old now.
Yeah.
So that helps. And I don't know. Wireless controllers are a pain in the ass because they die. And you got to charge them.
And then the cord's never long enough so you can sit on your couch. And it's a pain in the ass, isn't it?
It really is.
I wish I could just control it with my phone. Like if there was some type of pairing app so that I could do like simple functionalities, that'd be so easy.
There actually is for the Xbox One.
Really?
Yep. And it also comes with long cords too.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what? It still looks like a VCR, so fuck you. But yeah, man. Okay, cool. So you're getting used to it again, eh?
Yeah. They're simple to use. Like it doesn't feel like there's some cord learning.
You know something now that I've
curve.
like because I've also gone back a console generation because we just got my PS3 in the house here, and I'm just I'm playing some old games and stuff. Man, the UI was bad on that thing. I forgot how bad the user interface was. Like the cross media bar, man, it's just it's clunky and multitasking is like impossible.
Yep.
And just being someone who uses like PC and I have always 3 monitors on the go and then a 4th monitor for like any console that I'm using. So I just really like multiple shit to be on. Yeah, drive me crazy because you can't at all. Like if you want to do something in the settings menu, you literally have to quit the game and then go to the settings menu to do something. Pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Big pain. Do you have to do that on the 360? I don't know.
In the 360, yeah. I think both consoles, they didn't have multitasking.
Right.
There was a couple things you could do on the 360. Like you could invite friends to your party.
Yeah.
And search your friends list and stuff.
I think you could do music stuff too.
Music stuff too,
yeah. Which I think was the best part of early Xbox 360 for me. I would just load up like Fleetwood Mac CDs. Actually, that's like my key memories of the Banjo-Kazooie games, just playing them with Fleetwood Mac on loop, like infinite loop. I don't know why, but whenever I hear Fleetwood Mac, I think of Banjo-Kazooie.
I think that's a pretty unique combination.
It really is. My dad walked by and he was like, "This game is fucking awesome." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "They got Fleetwood Mac as their soundtrack." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. Doesn't it just like fit?" You're like, "Yeah, so good. Go your own way." And you're like getting around, getting the jiggies and stuff. Oh, yeah. It's the shit, dude. The shit. So I don't know, man. That's how I'm feeling there. So now I noticed you ran into something the other day too. You had like a free PS Plus game that you don't have anymore because you don't have PS Plus. What do you think of that?
It's kind of fair because it was a free game.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's kind of annoying.
You get it back if you get PS Plus again.
Yeah. I think it makes sense. I don't feel like I was screwed out of anything because like
right.
The game itself didn't cost me anything. It was just a membership, and I'm not paying for the membership anymore. Yeah. So, fair enough.
I think there's a positive aspect to it, too, because you have people that get it for free. Well, if you don't have PS Plus anymore, then you can at least pay the developer for it, if you like it that much.
Yeah.
So, but then again, you can't play online if you don't have PS Plus. So,
yeah. Oh, well, I have the game for PC anyway. So.
Yeah, exactly. The game in particular was Rocket League.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kev. So now you said you had a gamey topic you wanted to get into. What are you feeling right now, buddy?
A little gaming. It's about a game industry thing.
Lay it on me. You got some dark, dirty secrets, eh?
Yeah, a little bit of something that came up yesterday, I believe.
Okay.
Ubisoft has been accused of insider trading.
How did they discover us? Were they hacked? Because if so, that would be awesome. No. Just because they just released Watch Dogs 2.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. So what's up?
No. So what happened was. Back in 2013, a few executives, 5 I think, sold a large amount of stock, like Ubisoft stock.
Okay.
And then a couple days later, Ubisoft announced the delaying of Watch Dogs and another game.
Oh, Watch Dogs Prime, like first Watch Dogs?
Yeah, the first one.
Okay,
yeah. So, of course, after they announced those games were being delayed, their stocks dropped a fair bit.
Right. That's a no-no.
So, yeah, that is a no-no. If you have stocks and inside information, you're not supposed to do any actions with those stocks using the insider information. So it seems pretty clear that they had, like, the executives would be the ones that know that a game's going to get delayed, right?
Yeah.
But they're claiming they didn't know.
Bullshit.
I know.
Like, clearly bullshit.
Yeah, it's kind of a hilarious thing. It's interesting how it's going to turn out. So for that case, it's actually the French stock market is charging are making these claims against the executives themselves for Ubisoft. So it's not like the Ubisoft company is actually in danger.
Yeah, no.
And it is just the French stock market. But yeah, it's kind of interesting, like, that kind of play, and I wonder if we're gonna see more crackdown on that kind of stuff in other stock markets now that it's finally kind of happened. Because we've seen some sketchy things before.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not the first time this has ever happened in industry at all.
Yeah,
or in business. I mean, I guess it's just the first time it's been a big case in gaming.
Yeah,
but it was bound to happen. I mean, gaming has become big business. Big business brings big money, and big money like that brings a bit of corruption sometimes.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it spells doom and gloom for the whole industry or anything like that.
Yeah.
It just maybe needs to be cracked down a little harder.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, it's kind of a little interesting thing I found. And there's also kind of like, because of the stock trading rules, there's kind of like a interesting backwards logic thing in that if you see an executive from a company sell a large amount of stocks, you can make a pretty decent guess that there's not going to be any interesting news from the company
right
anytime soon.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense actually. Yeah, because
So yeah, it's funny because, like, when executives do sell a lot of stocks, there's always just kind of like rumors floating about around, like, ooh, why'd they do that? Are they losing faith in the company or something? It's like, no, it's just because they wanted to liquidate some assets.
Yeah. Yeah, which makes a lot of sense. If they're not allowed to act on insider information, then duh.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Short little thing.
Short little thing. Short little thing indeed, Kev. You're a short little thing,
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm over 6 feet tall.
You sure just went with it, Kev. They don't know how tall you are. They just see a couple videos. I don't think there's anything to reference in size, though. We could both be like 4'8".
There's me laying across a 3-seat couch.
But maybe it's actually a love seat.
There's 3 cushions.
A very small, I don't know, weird love seat. I made it myself. It was from my grandmother. Yeah, sure. She gave me that love seat, you bastard.
It's from a Hobbit house.
She was in a polygamous relationship and they needed a love seat. What's it to you, huh? You gonna judge my grandma? Old G-Ma. G-Ma Nathan? That's what we call her.
Old G-Ma Nathan.
Yeah, we name my family members around my name. Yeah. My first name in particular.
For some reason, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Hello, I am Father Nathan. Clearly, I'm the most important member of the family. Oh, jeez.
Cool.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, we've got a big list of games.
We got a big list of games, but I wanna not quite talk about it.
Not quite yet.
It's gonna be a small episode if we do, dude. You're gonna, you gotta tease it a little bit,
Okay.
Gotta turn those balls blue sometimes.
Okay. The list's gonna get longer and longer, though.
I mean, the lists do get longer and longer.
Yep.
This is the way she goes. The cookie crumbles this way, Kevin.
Yep.
Sometimes it has to crumble. Sometimes it doesn't crumble. I'm rambling, trying to think of a topic to come up with. I'm usually so much more prepared. See, okay, now I've been doing working on a small side project, making a thing, and it's become much bigger of a side project. And I kind of got swapped up in it, and I didn't get a chance to prepare any topics for today. So here we are.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not willing to talk about the side project at all, eh?
I mean, I can talk about it a bit.
So what made it get bigger?
That's what she said. Second, we're going to hold that joke. This is still relevant. Sound. Sounds like a penis.
Nice.
Doesn't sound like a penis. If your penis sounds like that, you should definitely consult a doctor.
Yep.
But no, I started off, what I was going to do is just show capture of some games that I've been working on. And I was like, I could do this way more awesome. So I'm going to do it way more awesome. So that's why there was no Friday video. We'll see if I get it out for next Friday. Maybe not, but it's going to be worth the wait because it'll be good.
Yeah.
Good fun, as the kids say. The kids don't say that, but they will one day.
That's good.
And
so
then
you just wanted to add more.
Kind of just wanted to add more. Kind of wanted to change the format on it a lot, just like as a fun commentary and some filmy things in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some film stuff. So I'm just working out a script right now, and then I gotta get a camera person because you're really busy, and I want to get it out before a week or two. So I'll get something sorted out there, and it'll be fine, dandy.
Nice.
Miss Sarah. Oh yeah, I can do it on Thursday. Yeah, awesome. I just worked a plan out in my head and then vocalized it with my mouth, as I do sometimes, Kevin.
Many times.
This is a lot of rambling right now.
I thought you had like another topic. You had that like shine in your eye when you thought up of a topic.
Oh no, I don't have a topic. Okay, my topic is. Oh, I got a topic. Okay, so now people are talking about Titanfall 2, and don't worry, I'm not getting into that territory.
Yeah.
Now, I hear a lot of people saying that Titanfall 2 is amazing and it has this awesome single player and everything like that, right?
Yeah.
But I'm also hearing from other sources that I feel are a little more objective on it. They're like, it's okay. It's not near as good as Battlefield 1 or Call of Duty's. Like, and I just think that that people had so low expectations for it that it was rooted to be the underdog that they're just now saying that it's, this amazing thing. When like I've seen video of it and I've seen video of it compared to Battlefield 1. Like it's just, Battlefield 1 looks way fucking cooler than Titanfall 2. Yeah. And as much as I hate to say it, Infinite Warfare looks way cooler than Titanfall 2. Like it does. So I don't know, man. Can you weigh in on that at all? Why do people want to root for the underdog like this? Is it because they don't think it's getting a fair shake, or what's going on here?
It's just part of like, differing opinions of people. Titanfall does do things differently than Call of Duty and Battlefield.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of people who just don't like how Call of Duty and Battlefield do their things.
Yeah.
So they'll go to Titanfall 2 and be super happy about Titanfall 2
because it's different. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's what it is.
But it's so slightly different. You know what I mean? Like it's different, but the same flavor, but just made in a slightly different way.
You're also not much of a fan of first-person shooters.
Yeah, that's fair.
Where there's people who pretty much only play first-person shooters. So they'll have a very different perspective on differences, small differences.
Small differences are
could
very
be pretty big for them if it's something
but
they care about a lot.
It's still in the same genre. It's still the same kind of thing. You're still a big dumb space marine.
Yeah.
Except in Battlefield 1.
You're big dumb conscript.
You're what? Oh, yeah. Oh, so you played a bit of Battlefield 1. What do you think of it?
I like it.
Did we talk about this on the last podcast?
Story. I think maybe a little bit.
Did you play more of it at all?
No, I haven't yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. It's pretty cool. It opens up really, really cool.
Yeah? Yeah. Oh, yeah. When you can like die and then it just switches you to another person?
Yeah.
That was super cool.
Yeah,
I like that a lot. It was clever. Okay, we've now killed a couple minutes. I'm going to get into the less Kev. Now, as we have started in our last one, we're going to run down last week's ones, but we're going to do it to music and we're going to try and do it quick. You know what I mean? We're going to get through it. We're going to crush it. What was the last one? Number 70? Do you want to go first here, Kev?
Yes, sure.
It's dramatic.
Ooh,
let's go, Kev. Go!
70 was Warcraft 2, Minecraft, 69, Legend of Zelda,
69,
bam! SSX on Tour, 67, Star Fox Assault came in at 66, Sonic Adventure 2, 65, 64 was Gears of War 2, 63, Kirby Air Ride, 62, Sims, 61 was Need for Speed Underground 2.
Nice! Now I got Crimson Skies, Infamous 1, Bully, Dragon Age 1, Little Big Planet 2, Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess, Mass Effect 2, Paper Mario 64, Grand Theft Auto 3, Pac-Man Championship Edition DX is my number 61, Kevin. I didn't say the numbers like you because I wasn't feeling like, tickling the tongue that kind of way today. Yeah. We can stop that. So now we gotta cut ahead. Now, what's your number 60, Kev?
My number 60 was Metroid Prime 2.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so I already had Metroid Prime 1 on here at 73. Metroid Prime 2, I like a fair bit more.
Okay.
Because I did this interesting thing where it's like kind of like a parallel universe kind of thing.
Oh.
Yeah, like you can go into the Upside Down. Because I get that reference now.
You do get it. Oh, shit. We should talk. We're talking about that after the list if we have time.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, so it's really, really cool. Because, there's this light and dark worlds, I think it's called. And there's different suits, and you need those suits to go into those worlds.
Right.
And, there's actually a lot of different suits in the game. I think it was really just, they seemed Metroid Prime 1 was good. But Metroid Prime 1 was like, it was brand new. It was like a new adventure into the 3D Metroid.
Yep.
Metroid Prime 2, they're like, okay, we know what works now. Let's make a lot of that and make it awesome.
And was this on the GameCube?
Yep.
Okay.
So, yeah, it still had unfortunate controls.
Yeah,
because
the first one didn't control too hot.
yeah,
Well, the GameCube just isn't good for shooters at all.
well they could have done like the Halo style controls, but they didn't.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it hurt them.
I've never been a fan of the
but
C-Stick at all.
Yeah,
Does it use that to aim?
no,
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What does it do?
it does like an auto aim thing, kind of like
Oh.
yeah. So that's why like it's kind of doesn't control as well
Yeah.
because it has the old N64 style controls.
Mm.
But I believe there was like a remake done for the Wii,
Okay.
and in that there's proper controls.
Is there a proper controller to do those proper controls, though?
Yeah, I think you can do like the Wii gamepad thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I never even bothered to get one.
yeah, neither did I.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's out there and it can be controlled properly, so that's definitely a benefit.
Now, the thing about the Wii, it's the one Nintendo console I ever purchased, and I felt so burned from it. I don't know if I'll ever purchase another Nintendo console. They really, I don't know, man. Like, I was like, Nintendo's doing a good thing. I've always been more of a Sony fanboy, but then with PS3 not doing so hot, I didn't even buy a PS3. I was like, you know what? I want a Wii. This seems like the way I want to go. I was wrong. And then I was like, well, Sony still kind of sucks right now. So then I got an Xbox 360. And then around 2008, 2009 is when Sony reeled me back in. And I was like, okay, I'll get a PS3.
Yeah,
That's when they introduced the Slim and started to get some good faith again. But that's why you don't see many Nintendo games in here. Never had one of their consoles. Bought one of them. Hated it.
missed out in the GameCube era.
Sorry, Mom and Dad, even though they tried really hard to get it. Because, man, that thing was a pain in the ass to
Oh
get.
yeah.
Wow, good on them. Okay, now my number 60. A beloved game by many. I think a little overhyped, but still a great game. Portal 2.
Portal 2.
And I should make note, Portal 1's not on this list.
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't play much of Portal 1. I played the demo and I was like, didn't care. I heard that it was the most amazing game, like it's going to change your mind on everything and blah, 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 blah. And then I played it and I was like,
much.
It's okay. But Portal 2, fucking awesome. Great. Like the best game sequel I've ever played. Even though I haven't played much of the first one, but Portal 2 is awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Did you play much? Or is it on your list later?
Portal 2, I did. Portal 2 is not on my list.
Okay. So you can
Portal
chat.
1 is.
Okay, yeah. So we'll chat about Portal 2 then.
Portal 2, I didn't complete the single player.
What the fuck? Why not? It's awesome.
It was drawn out and boring.
Wow. Wow.
We have a big difference of opinion on this one.
I didn't know we had this big of a difference of opinion.
Yeah.
If I had done this, I wouldn't have rambled for an extra 2 minutes because this shit's going to get real. So, what?
Yeah. To be fair, I never played the co-op mode in it. And apparently the co-op mode's way better.
Yeah. The co-op mode is interesting. It's not always the best. Like, it's got some tricky ass puzzles, man.
Yeah.
There's one puzzle that my buddy and I were so confused about where it had this big drop on either side and you could launch down into the drop. Then it had some ramps that would go back and forth. And we couldn't figure out what to do, how to land in the middle platform. Mm-hmm. What you had to do is you both had to jump down at the same time, then come out of the ramp and then hit in the middle. And then you'd both land on the platform.
Pretty fun.
I was like, fuck, that took us like an hour and a half to figure out. We're like, I don't understand. Am I supposed to put a block in your way so that you stop? Like, am I supposed to throw it there?
Yeah.
Man. But super fun game. Great characters in it. Just, I don't know, man. Just one of those games that, like, I played it in probably about a day or two.
Yeah.
And I was just like, shit, this is really fun. Had me laughing, like, hardcore. Who did the voice in that? That was, Stephen Merchant.
Yeah.
Funny fucking dude, man.
Yeah.
Just
definitely.
like, I don't know, he brought a great character to Wheatley, and then GLaDOS was, funny as always.
Yeah.
And just clever puzzles, good stuff. I got to make comment of this this text my mom sent me. So I read it at first. I was like, oh, this is very serious, because I got it, and it said, thought you might like to know that I got my blood work back, and I'm no longer. And I'm like, oh shit, what the hell did I just get? Fuck. I'm no longer premenopausal. I'm in the next stage, and there's another stage after that. Oh yeah, and I can no longer have babies. Thanks, Mom.
No siblings for you.
I mean, the woman's 50. I didn't really expect much. Jesus.
That's funny.
She probably didn't expect me to read that in the podcast either, but it scared the shit out of me at first. I was like, oh, what blood work? What's going on? Like, I'm needing to leave right now. But yeah. Okay, Kev, what you got next?
Number 59, I have Hearthstone.
Okay, nice. I can get on board with that.
Yeah. So yeah, Hearthstone. It's not something that like I was ever super obsessed with.
Yeah.
I think it was because like I played a lot of Magic the Gathering, and I was very used to like complicated card games with a lot of kind of deep interactions and stuff like that. Hearthstone is like it's meant to be more simple and like easier to play. And
it's a little more face value, yeah. Because like I learned, okay, it was when we had that big ass snowstorm.
Yeah.
That was like 3 days. You couldn't leave the house. I was like, well, you have time to learn this because I was with my girlfriend. We just, we were getting sick of each other, both farting a bunch and just small apartment. Terrible. So anyway, so I learned Hearthstone, and probably within like an hour, I was like, I feel like I'm proficient at this game now.
Yeah.
Even though I wasn't that good. Like if I went online, I would have got my ass kicked. But like really fun, quick learning curve.
Yeah.
And then you can get better after that, but you feel like you know exactly what's going on within an hour, 20 minutes.
Yeah. I think it's like the game's a really, really fantastic example of just kind of like getting players into it and learning well and still having an interesting and deep game.
Yeah.
There as well. So.
And I think something that they did that I didn't know was going to be a big thing, but I think with other games I've seen it become a big thing, the emote system.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of an asshole-ish thing sometimes because like they don't put mean things in there, but someone can use something in a mean way. Like if you fuck up and someone's like, well played, you're like, you're an asshole.
Yeah. Certainly is. I think the limited form of online interaction is good. Rocket League does that as well.
Yeah,
actually.
exactly. Yeah, nice save.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit of a better way to do online interaction than just straight text, because then things can get really, really sour then.
Things get really sour, and sometimes it takes, I don't know. I'm a slow fucking typer. You know this. Yeah. But I like that I can type a message pretty much as fast as anyone else can in those games with the emotes, right? Like I can get a message out to someone just as fast as someone else, but I can't write a book in 2 seconds like someone like you could, who can type like 200 words per minute or something crazy like that, right? I'm stuck at like 35 words per minute. Like I'm just not going to be able to get a good message across. But as long as I'm limited to the same amount as someone else, I'm actually more likely to play that game. And this is something I haven't really talked to you about, but like I don't like playing PC games mainly because I'm really bad at typing. And if you had to like talk to someone else, it's just, I can't do it. And I just come across like an idiot, and I find that intimidating. So I don't do it. So with Hearthstone having an emote system, that was actually a big factor for me.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Intimidation for social interaction in online games is a very, very big thing.
Yeah.
I believe there's a GDC talk on it.
Probably.
I'll try and find a link for it to put in the description.
Yeah, we'll toss that in there.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay, nice. Yeah, because it's just, you got to talk to the people, and you don't want to make yourself seem like an idiot, and that is a little scary.
Yeah, sometimes,
especially when they're the people you don't know, the people you probably never meet. But anyway, so my next one, kind of a contradiction of my last statement, my little rant about the Wii. It's Wii Sports. Probably the best game to use the Wii's capabilities, I would say.
It was pretty good. Like, it was pretty simplified, and they were a little bit exploitable.
Yeah.
Especially boxing.
But I mean, I don't know. You bring that one over to grandma's house and everyone's having a good time.
Everybody will play it.
Exactly. Yeah. Everyone will play bowling. Everyone will play tennis. Actually, I have a funny story about tennis. So I got real into it, and I loved the tennis. And so we had this light, keyword head, this light in my house that was like a big globe, right?
Yeah.
And anyway, and like I knew I didn't. Well, at this point, I actually didn't quite know because it was in my first weekend of having it. Right, I didn't know that you could just flick your wrist.
Yeah.
So I was getting into it, right? And I had my wrist strap on because I did hear about horror stories of people breaking their TVs. Anyway, so I jump up and I just punch this light so hard. Oh my God. My hand is pouring blood. Oh. There were sparks. There was everything. Oh man, I fucking demolished it. The Wii Remote stayed alive somehow though. Just
Nintendo
blood soaked.
Yeah.
Well. But yeah, I punched the shit out of that thing. But
that's very, very classic Wii Sports story.
Yeah. Do you have anything like that? Or is that game on your list later?
I think I broke a vase.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I think that was it for like breaking things while playing Wii Sports.
Did you hit it, or did you just like kind of stomp in it like unstable?
It was just a little bit too close to the edge on top of a fireplace.
Right.
And I just knocked it a little bit too much and it slowly tipped over. It's kind of one of those things where, you know, sometimes you see things fall and you're like,
Yeah. No.
if you had a really good reaction, you could have caught it. But it took your brain way too long to realize what's going on.
See, with me, usually I try and act on that, but I don't have good reaction, so I usually just end up hitting it and doing more damage than I would have done otherwise. Like, I remember one time I was dropping a cup. I was like, I'm going to grab it. And it's going to be awesome. And instead of grabbing it, my hand didn't close when I hit it. So it looks like I just slapped the fucking glass off the table. The person across me looked like I was crazy, like a cat man or something, just like whacking shit off the table. So, yeah, man.
Very nice.
But yeah, Wii Sports, good shit.
Yeah,
what do you got next?
Oh, have you done your 300 in bowling?
I didn't get through. Did you get it?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I got a 300 once. It was good. It's good.
I got like a
A
285.
couple times, I think, actually.
Really? I never got the perfect game.
Yeah, I don't know. I just figured out this little...
You
little,
had the
little
perfect
wrist
flick,
and
eh?
just did it a bunch.
Man, I would go hard in the bowling too. Like, I'd bring the remote up to my face. I would take a step forward. I would like follow through and everything.
Beautiful.
Definitely not required.
Nope.
Okay, what you got?
My number 58 is Her Story.
Oh, nice. I got you into this game.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, it's a really, really cool game. So, like, you know, the premise of it is that you're a detective of sorts.
Kind of.
Kind of, yeah.
You're watching old archive footage.
You're watching old archive footage in a police station, and you're kind of learning about this case that had to do with this girl with a missing, presumed dead husband. And you get to see a whole bunch of interview clips with her, and the story kind of unravels over time. And to view the clips, you actually need to look up the words that were said by the interviewee.
Yeah.
So there's this little search system. And you can only get like 4 videos of results at a time, or 5 maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
And yeah, so you kind of get these like little keywords that you hear in the video, and you're like, oh, I want to learn more about that. So then you search that in, you get more videos, and yeah, it's a really, really cool way to deliver a narrative.
Yeah, it's super interesting because like it requires you to pay attention to the narrative to progress in the story.
Yeah.
And really clever that way, and just it's FMV sequences and done in a really interesting way.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they probably wanted small file sizes, so they wanted to compress the shit out of it. Well, let's put it on a CRT monitor, then it'll look right at home, right?
Yeah.
So, and it did clever things like that, and it had the light flicker behind you, and you'd see like the silhouette. You're like, what the hell's this? Like, and I don't know, man, it was clever. I'm like, do you want to spoil the story?
We shouldn't.
Let's not spoil the story.
Because it's good for people.
Yeah,
but...
get the game. It's like $10.
Yeah.
Really cheap. The story goes it goes to a kind of different direction than what I was expecting it was.
Yeah, definitely.
And I realized that like you and I had different experiences of the story towards the end, because I didn't get a lot of pieces that you got, and you got a lot of pieces that I didn't get, right? Oh, whatever. You know what I meant to say.
Versa,
yeah. And so I thought it was this one way, and then you're like, no, it's this other way. And it turns out you were right. But I was like, shit, like I was dead set that it was this other way. It was just, I don't know, man. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Cool game.
It is.
Very cool game.
What you got at 58?
Okay, so my 58 is, okay, PS2 game, War of the Monsters. Have you played it?
No, I haven't.
Dude, it's awesome. It's like I think the genre is called like kaiju, maybe?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So big monsters in a city. I really hope to make a new one. It just got ported to PS Now, and I think I don't know. It needs to come back in a big way because it's awesome. So basically, you can be a big monster, and you can do like a split screen with your friends, and you just beat the shit out of each other in a big city, and you can like take the top of a radio tower off and just throw it at someone and impale them. And like there's a bunch of different monsters you can be. Like you can be a big gorilla or a big praying mantis or a scary robot from Japan, you know what I mean? Or anything in between. And it was sick, dude.
Played a similar game on the GameCube.
Okay, what's it called?
I believe. I thought it was a Godzilla branded. Yeah, it was definitely a Godzilla branded game.
Oh, okay.
Because it had all the Godzilla monsters and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Really, really cool.
Yeah, it sounds similar. I think, I haven't heard of that one actually. Shit. It's probably a similar concept. Yeah. I don't know, man. I just knew War of the Monsters, and I played a fucking lot of it.
Nice.
Probably beat the campaign like 10 times for some reason. I don't know why.
Loved it.
Yeah, I just loved it. Well, when I had no one to play with, I was like, I might as well play against the computer. Yeah. So you do that. And there was a lot of cool ways that the environment interacted with you. And it was Great game. If you haven't played it, awesome one just to play with your friends, beat the shit out of each other in a big city, have people run away from you, start hurling taxi cars or whatever.
Yeah.
Good fun. What you got, Kev?
Number 57, I have Advance Wars 2 Black Hole Rising.
Okay,
Game
I
Boy
actually
Advance.
played this one. It's the only Advance Wars that I played.
Nice. Yeah, it's my favorite of the Advance Wars games that I have played. I haven't played more recent ones.
Yeah.
But, yeah, this game I sunk so many hours into.
Yeah.
Like, this and Pokemon... Actually, all the first three Pokemon... or first three generations of Pokemon games. Yeah, those are, like, all, like, my most played...
Like Game Boy games?
Yeah. And, yeah, it's just so awesome. Really, really fun campaign. You know, you pick your commanders, and they have their own, like, special powers that you kind of get to build up through the game and then use them to do, like, awesome stuff. Yeah, it really felt like... Because each of the commanders had, like, their own kind of special thing. I always liked playing the long range, like, the artillery special guy.
Okay.
Because, like, there was... Probably one of the easiest guys, because if you have range advantage, then it's like just an easy win.
Yeah, because they can't touch you.
Yeah.
No, that's
But,
an RTS game, right?
Not RTS, no.
Oh, no, what's it called? Tactics game?
Turn-based
okay.
strategy game.
Okay.
Tactics game.
Yep.
So, I don't know. I don't think it has like a solid term.
Yeah.
But,
okay.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. It's like you turn-based, so you move your units around, you end your turn, and then the other person goes. And yeah, it's just super awesome. It's got the kind of like cute style, and it's got a very, very like stereotypical villain, kind of like a neo-Nazi type villain.
Oh, is he?
Which is funny. Yeah,
it's funny.
Yeah, so it's good. It's a good game. It also had a level creator in it, which was really, really awesome.
Oh, was it?
I spent a lot of time just kind of making maps in it and playing them and stuff.
Nice. Yeah, you spent so much time in it that you actually made an Advance Wars clone as your big like end of university project.
Yeah, my fourth year project.
You're like a
was
hardcore
basically
fan.
Clone of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody on our team like enjoyed the games, and I was the one most interested in doing design stuff, so I took the reins.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, what you got at 57?
I got Okay, at 57, I got Tony Hawk 4. Introduced the wall ride.
Tony Hawk 4.
Yeah, and I think you could get off your board on that one, I'm pretty sure. Maybe not. I can't remember.
Not
No,
sure.
I don't think so. You could do skitching and all that stuff. And it was just, I don't know, man. That was like the Tony Hawk that I sunk a ton of time into. It was when it started to jump the shark a little bit and get a little more wacky kind of in some of its stuff. But it was a blast. It was a blast. Yeah, I don't know much more to say about it. I mean, it had the combo system nailed down. It introduced I think this was the one that introduced the revert as well.
Yeah.
Where you could just go up, do some sick tricks, come down, revert out of a combo. Because like before that, your vert game, it wasn't really worth doing.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't manual out of a big vert jump. So you'd have to like level out and then grind off and then do something there. So you couldn't get big air and stack together massive combos. But by adding the revert, just a small addition like that, made massive combo strings with big air totally awesome.
Yeah.
Because then you'd revert out, you'd manual, you'd then go on to do some big tricks. So, did you ever really get into the Tony Hawk franchise at all?
Not the Pro Skater ones so much.
Wait, what'd you get into?
Underground and American Wasteland.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they were pretty awesome. I like the level creation in them.
Oh, really?
As well. Yeah.
I never got into the level creation at all.
Yeah, I've always been into like level creation stuff in video games. It's maybe why I'm a designer nowadays. But yeah, I don't know. I really, really enjoyed like Underground and stuff. It's kind of cool. I liked a bit of story, and I felt like it had a stronger style than the Pro Skater games did, or a stronger like theme. Anyways.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It had more of an identity to it.
Yeah.
Whereas the Pro Skater game's like just skate around, whereas this one had
skateboard.
more personality.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, what you got next, Kev?
At number 56, I have Portal.
Oh shit.
Yeah, the first Portal game. So I don't have Portal 2 on the list. It is because I just feel like Portal 1's more of like a complete experience. Portal 2 is kind of like this. It's long and drawn out. Portal 1 is like
concise to the point.
Yeah, it's concise, and it's about the mechanic. And it's just like, let's see how far we can go with this mechanic. And they went pretty much as far as anybody would reasonably go with it.
Except if they did Portal 2, which was just
Except
a better
then they
game,
did Portal 2.
which is a better game.
I don't know. I enjoyed Portal 1 more, especially like story-wise.
It's so short,
I feel
though.
like, yeah, it's pretty short, and that's what I want.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's concise. Like, it's everything you want there.
I
By
guess
the end of it, you're not wanting more puzzles very much.
it really fights against the argument that some people make of like $1 per hour type thing,
Yeah.
or like a longer experience, better game.
Yeah.
Maybe for you in this case, it's not true.
Yeah.
It's
definitely
normally not
for
true for me. I like the writing in Portal 2 better.
Yeah. Yeah, I just felt like in Portal 2, the writing had this drawn out section.
Okay.
I think that's what really made me churn out of the game, as I said. But yeah, Portal 1 is really great. And another thing I like about it is it's very clean. They keep to the same style for the most part, so I find the puzzles are very, very readable.
Yep.
Portal 2, they have some puzzles that you actually need to like walk a decent distance for, or you can easily miss what you should see because it's hidden in like a really dark, grungy kind of looking place.
And that's something I'm starting to learn about puzzles. Like, it's... If you don't think about it from a game design perspective, you're like, oh, it's easy to make a fun puzzle. It's not.
No.
It's a lot of thought. Like, you don't want to make it too complicated. You don't want to make it too obvious for the player, and you want the player to...
You want the player to keep engaging with the puzzle.
Exactly.
Always.
And keep them thinking and be like, oh, yeah, I learned about this back here, and I can use that knowledge here.
Yeah, but like, puzzles are kind of like, they're always kind of teetering the edge of like, do you understand the puzzle or not? That's what a puzzle's trying to do.
Yeah.
But from a game design perspective, you want somebody to always be doing the puzzle.
Yeah.
And those two kind of things fight with each other, so there's a lot of stuff done to make them work.
So now, as like a principle, when you're making a puzzle in a game, do you ever want to reach a point where the player is like scratching their head, like, what the fuck am I supposed to do here? Or is that just going to lose engagement?
You want that in small amounts.
Yeah.
You don't want them stuck in that for a long time, because then they'll give up. But but if it's a short amount of time, then they figure it out. Then they feel really good.
Because I remember with
figured it
Fez, man, some of those puzzles, I literally had to get pen and paper out, and I still couldn't figure some of them out.
Yeah.
Like, it's really tough.
Yeah, that was a big complaint about Fez.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe Phil Fish was too close to the project to really realize how difficult it was, or maybe he was okay with that.
Yeah,
he wanted a game that would kick your ass a little bit.
Yeah,
but yeah, man.
What you got?
Okay.
56.
I got. Second here. Jeez Louise. Okay. Sorry, I've been on my phone a lot. Someone just messaged me. They're like, "Yo, you want to do something?" Totally forgot we had plans. I'm like, "What? Are you texting the wrong person?" So that's why I'm like, not doing anything right now. Okay, so next we got. Okay, do you even know this game? You may not. And this is like, I think one of my first PC games here. You don't know Jack. Are you familiar with this at all?
No.
It was a web-based game initially. They did release something on the PS3, which I played a bit of. But it was like an awesome trivia game. Is the best way I can describe it. So you'd play it with your friends, and you'd all get to pick your answers, and it was kind of like a, if I remember correctly, like they gave you multiple choice answers, and in like a Whose Line Is It Anyway kind of style. And you could press, a button to enter. So on the PlayStation, it would be like you can press, X, square, triangle, or circle, and then you lock in your answer. The other person locks in their answer, but it kind of fucks with you a bit. Like, there's only 10 questions, and it. I don't know. It's got a great announcer. It's got just like a goofy style to it. Like, it'll say at one point, like the first question, it'll be like, remember the letter 6. And then like when the letter 6 comes up later, like it could be the totally wrong answer, but you press that and it's like, you got the extra answer. Now you move on to a bonus round of something. And it throws a lot of stuff at you. And like, it kind of humiliates you a little bit. And like, it just has a really good sense of humor to it. And it came out in the early 2000s just as a web-based game, and then they released an actual game, but
nice.
Super fun. My father and I would play that quite a bit, and that was one game that we kind of bonded over a little bit when he was like, hey, you should check this out. Totally up your brand for humor. And it was really funny. Great trivia questions. There's like 100 trivia games, so like, 1,000 questions pretty much. And it was just a lot of fun.
Sounds cool.
So yeah, I'd recommend it, man. Definitely recommend it. Okay, what you got next, Kev?
Number 55, I have a classic.
Okay.
Super Mario Bros.
Super Mario Bros.
The original.
Nice.
Little Jumpman.
Jumpman.
Yeah, I think he did get named Mario.
Wait, was he only called Jumpman initially?
Yeah, like Donkey Kong. He was just Jumpman. But yeah, Super Mario Bros. is like such a classic game. It's kind of like crazy just how much it affected the industry, because like it was kind of like it made consoles a successful, viable thing.
You think that game did that?
Brought the video game out of the video game crash.
Yeah.
Yep. It was.
I don't know if it was just that game. I mean, didn't Zelda come out at the same time too?
I thought Zelda was a little bit after. Might have been the same time.
Okay.
But I think Duck Hunt might have been the same time as well.
Right.
Yeah. The NES was really great for that, but I think Super Mario Bros. Is like it's the face of it.
Yeah.
Face of the NES. Yeah, it's really, really cool seeing just how far Mario's come just based on that kind of simple thing. And
yeah, it came out in 85.
Yeah. And the game is like...
Oh, 86 shit. Okay, never mind.
The game is surprisingly still playable.
Yeah.
Too.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
I mean, it does feel a little bit clunkier.
Yeah.
You know, it's not as intuitive in some ways, but it's still really clever game design.
Yeah.
And it just, the first level teaches you how to play Mario so well that you don't know it's teaching you, right?
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know, man. It's one of those classic games, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It's got great music, great art. I mean,
especially for the limitations.
Yeah, exactly. The fact that they created a character with, how many pixels were they working with Mario? It wasn't many.
Not many at all.
Yeah. And they made a character that fucking you ask your grandmother who's Mario, they'll probably know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like it's become ubiquitous with video games, and it's become a face of video games, which is why I put Charles Martinet as my number one for top 10 voice actors. Plus, I also wanted to, piss people off, but which I was slightly successful with.
Yeah.
Also, if you haven't noticed, that channel's pretty much dead now. I realized, God, I'm being stupid putting this on a separate channel. Why don't I just put this on this channel where I already have a group of awesome people?
Yeah.
So I'm doing that instead. So sorry, guys. The cool content will come soon, hopefully, if I can finish this project. But yeah, man, Super Mario Bros. Awesome game. Never finished it, though. Did you? I'm not very good at video games.
Yes,
you're bad at platformers, too. Nice.
Yeah, I've finished Mario Bros. And Super Mario World.
Okay.
And that is like it for platformers.
Are those
finished a Mega Man game or
I never finished a game. Yeah.
Or anything.
Did I finish it? I don't think I finished any Mario games. No, I didn't. Whoa. I beat the final boss in 64, but that wasn't me. It was, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't do everything up to that. I just did that one part.
Fair enough.
But yeah, man. Okay. Next one. You may not have heard of this game. It's by a small team named like Jump Cord or something like that. I think that's what they're called. It's called Halo 2. Bungie, obviously. Jump Cord. Anyway. Yeah, man. So if you noticed, Halo 1 was my number 100, and almost 50 up from that is Halo 2, which is why I think it's that much better of a game.
Obviously.
Yeah. I don't know. You just feel like a badass in Halo 2 going around with the two guns.
Yeah.
And it was the first game that my dad ever got into with me, and he was like, whoa, this looks cool. Let's play. So then we played together, split screen through a good chunk of the campaign, and he was like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like, it was sick, man. And I don't know, it was just kind of a special experience. And, no, it wasn't the first game. It was just one of the very few games that he ever got into with me.
Yeah.
And yeah, man. I mean, I imagine it's further down your list, is it? Or was it already on your list?
Can't remember. I think it's,
It's further down?
I have it ranked higher, yeah.
Oh, okay. So you can't talk about it much now.
Not a huge amount.
But
I definitely agree on the coolness factor of it.
You feel like a badass.
Halo 1 was pretty cool, but Halo 2, they doubled down on it. And it had the...
I feel like they had a bigger budget for Halo 2, maybe? Or
I'd imagine so.
Yeah.
Because they had like the soundtrack song done by Breaking Benjamin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little rock guitar bit.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool Halo 2. And I forget who the name of the guy is. It's not Ed Fries. It's, I don't know, one of those Xbox guys. I'll see if I can find the IGN Unfiltered video to put in. But I guess they wanted to shit out Halo 2. And he was like, no, we are not doing this. And they're like, why? Like, we can annualize it and whatever. And he's like, no, like, this is not happening right now. And he's part of the reason why they got a couple of years to actually work on Halo 2 to make it the great game that it was, to actually get I mean, they're still fucking riding that horse.
Yep.
With Halo. If they had have just shit up the second game, I don't know if Halo would be near as big of a deal as it is right now.
Definitely not.
So, I mean, yeah, no, it was good on him for just knowing that if you want to make a franchise, you have to give it the time it needs to make a good game.
Definitely.
Okay, what you got, Kev?
Number 54, I have Stardew Valley.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really high on the list.
Yeah, it's really high given how much time I've sunk into it.
I'm surprised how many games are on your list you've played this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's true. Maybe I'm biased, but
Yeah.
recency bias. Yeah, it's Stardew Valley is it's a really fantastic, surprisingly deep game made by one guy, which is just insane.
Super impressive.
Did everything himself, pretty much.
He did everything. He made the music. He made the art. He made he did everything.
Programming, everything. It's insane. And the game's surprisingly deep. There's a lot of kind of emergent stuff.
Yeah.
In it. There's a lot of dialogue.
You said the stories are pretty good too.
Yeah, story's pretty good. I unfortunately have not played as much of the game as I would like.
Right.
I'm hoping maybe this winter break I'll just kind of relax, play a bunch of Stardew Valley.
You did have one primary complaint about the game. I forget what that is. It's something to do with the UI or selection or something like that.
Yeah, the controls on PC with the mouse and keyboard are not how I would have done them.
Right.
Because it's a little bit where you click, a little bit which way your character's facing, and that combination's a little bit inconsistent.
Right.
Depending on the tool you use and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's minor gripe. But compared to just how good everything else in the game is, it's a great game, and it's from a genre that I absolutely love.
Yeah.
We'll see Harvest Moon higher up on this list.
Yeah, exactly.
But just to be made by one guy after many years of people not getting what they want out of Harvest Moon games. Just fantastic show of why
the indie is so important.
Indie,
yeah.
Indie, not community, market is just so good and important.
Yeah, well, I mean that's what we've been saying for a long time is that the indie is key because while they are influenced by financial decisions and making a safe bet, not really. You know what I mean? They make the game they want to make, and sure, they probably want to make money, but a lot of people do it as a side project, and it's not everything's gonna ride or die in this. There's not a couple hundred people depending on this to do well as a job, right?
Yeah,
it's one dude in his
passion
family.
Project.
Yeah, exactly. It's a passion project, and you're gonna get maybe not so safe bets that may pay dividends because that dude is rolling in dough right now.
Oh yeah, it's made millions and millions.
Yeah, millions and millions. I mean, the game sold over 1 million copies.
Yeah.
Which what's it sell at? $30? Cut that. Let's say cut that. He gets a third of that, maybe. Not even that. Let's say he gets 25% of that. He's still fucking loaded.
Yeah.
Loaded. So he's doing just fine. And it does show the importance of a strong indie. You're totally right. Now, my 54 is God of War 3.
Ooh.
Have you played it?
I haven't played any God of War games yet. I would really like to.
You know what? Honestly, they're dated, dude. It's probably not worth it going back.
Yeah.
I feel and I was looking at the new God of War and comparing it to the old God of War and some other games from that era the other day because I don't know why actually I was doing that, but anyway, it was big at the time in the PS2. Well, I guess that translated over to PS3, but it was even a little clunky then. It was just the fixed camera angle, kind of top down, not really.
Yeah.
And you mash away on buttons and you do cool looking things. And there was a ton of other games like that, like the Bayonetta games, like the Devil May Cry games. It was a popular style. And great game though. Kratos as a character, probably one of the worst characters in video games. He just screams at people like Calliope, he's just constantly at angry.
Yeah.
But I haven't talked about it much on this channel, but I'm fucking stoked for God of War, the new God of War,
I'm pretty excited for it too.
That trailer was awesome, and it's just
awesome.
I don't know, knowing what they can do with an epic. Because I thought the story in God of War was pretty epic, man. You're killing the gods is what you're trying to do, and people are constantly betraying you. You're getting backstabbed left and right. Sure, Kratos may not be an interesting character, but those games are fun, man. They have some great boss battles, and they try and get clever in their boss battles a little bit, and some puzzle mechanics and things like that. When you're still beating the shit out of people, and this just vicious, visceral combat. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Great series of games to get into. If you want to play it, I do have the collection here. But they're dated. You may not have a lot of fun.
Fair enough.
But great set of games. What you got, Kev?
My number 53 is a gem from the GameCube era, F-Zero GX.
Haven't played it, but
Yep.
I know you have.
Yeah, and like everybody who has, like, they want a new one, and Nintendo won't do it because Miyamoto's like, well, what would we do differently?
Yeah.
And it's like, we don't want different, we want more of this because it was so awesome.
Yeah.
Like, just the F-Zero cast, like the cast of characters, like, still kind of unique, and it's kind of like a little bit like a Japanese anime
Yeah.
kind of thing too, where it's like over the top.
Isn't F-Zero an anime? I thought it was.
Yeah, I think they did do an anime.
Okay.
For it, but it was after the games. Because
Yeah.
like, F-Zero on the Super Nintendo was kind of like the first showing off of the fake 3D style.
Right.
And yeah, it was super popular. But F-Zero GX, like on the GameCube, like it's fully 3D, super, super, super fast. Sonic has nothing on it.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Those games
it's
are
so
hard,
much fun
man.
to play. Yeah,
They're quick.
yeah,
Very quick.
and yeah, there's a bunch of stuff you can unlock in F-Zero GX. There's kind of like a Grand Prix system, kind of similar to Mario Kart games.
Yep.
And yeah, awesome music and stuff. Super memorable game. I loved it. Still do.
Nice, man.
Just wish there was a new one.
So you have you been like hardcore into racing games like that, or is that just the characters that
It's-
brought you in?
It's so unique. Like, I find when I play other games kind of like it, like those kind of really fast
Yeah.
racing games, it's just it just doesn't feel the same.
Okay.
Because I think it is a cast of characters, a story, the music,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. Like, other games don't really bring them together the same way.
So now, have we gotten many other true F-Zero games since then, or no, not really?
No,
Okay.
I wouldn't say so. No,
Are you holding out for the Switch?
no. I don't trust Nintendo.
And that's the weird thing, right? A lot of Nintendo fans don't really trust Nintendo anymore.
Yeah,
That's weird, man.
yeah.
It's really weird. Okay, my next one is a game that I didn't expect at all. Far Cry 3. And you haven't played it yet.
I have
Whoa.
played some amount of Far Cry 3, actually.
Oh, I thought you hadn't for some reason.
Yeah, I have. I never played much of it, though.
You should, dude.
Yeah.
It's great. I think I still have it here. I don't know, man. It's an awesome fucking game, but the fact that Michael Mando does such a great job as Voss,
Yeah.
that guy knocks it out of the park. You know, I put him on my list of top 10 voice actors just because he had one role in a game, but everyone loved it, and he was awesome.
Yeah.
He was the crazy psychotic villain that you needed. Like he's what makes the first part of the game so memorable. And you know, the second half on the second island, like who gives a shit? I forget the guy's name, like Hawk or something like that. Like who cares? But the first bit of that game is awesome, and it got me so into that open world. It was the first time I ever really done like an open world like crafting kind of system, and really got into it because it just gets so epic. Like I remember just hang gliding into the ocean because there was a specific shark there that I had been tracking for quite a while, and I needed to get his hide in order to make a wallet. So anyway, so I jump out of this hang glider, go in with my knife going straight down, stab this shark in the fucking face, and then just rip it up and get out of there just barely, you know, getting chased away.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, some pirates came over and tried to fuck up my shit. And like, it was just, I'm like, this game is so epic right now. I'm like, and I'm doing it for such a small thing. Like, I think I spent my first, 10 hours in that game, not even doing missions, just maxing out my stuff. So I was just doing hunting and just doing weird side stuff and just, you know, getting all the radio towers or whatever. Like, I don't know, man. Super awesome game. A lot of fun. I don't think the first two were like that at all. And I think the third was a great departure that they've just kind of been repeating since then a little bit. They've had Far Cry 4 and Far Cry Primal, and they're probably going to try and
I
annualize
think
it.
Far Cry 2 wasn't too different.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was still like kind of open world and a lot of stuff, side stuff to do.
Yeah, I think the best part about Far Cry 3 was that it didn't take itself too seriously. Like, you and your buddies were skydiving. You're a bunch of rich assholes. And then your name's like Jason Brody. Like, you have a double bro name, basically. And you're just kind of there and you're like, whoa, what am I going to do? And it's goofy and weird. And I don't think they hit that quite with Far Cry 4. Far Cry 4 is great, but Far Cry 3 is like the high point in that series so far that everyone just loves. And it's awesome.
Yeah.
What you got, Kev?
At number 52, I have another classic, Mario Kart 64.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
I've played a lot of this.
Yeah, I think almost everybody's played
Yeah.
a lot of it. It's like, one of the go-to N64 games that, people think of because it's just, it was the party game. It was the multiplayer game
Yeah.
that like everybody played together, and almost everybody seemed to own a Mario Kart 64.
Everybody has Mario Kart 64. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just really, really awesome. I had never played a Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo,
Okay.
so this was like my first foray into that kind of thing. I didn't like, I had no idea that a game could really do that in like such a good way. Like the items that you pick up on the tracks and all the varying tracks and different characters and like still be so much fun. And it feels like it's the right amount of competitive with friends.
I mean, it's the weaker game in comparison to Crash Team Racing, but sure. It's sad that I truly believe that, but I know that on paper it's a better game. And is that the one that had the Bloom Battle too?
Yep.
Bloom Battle's
Battle
fucking
mode.
awesome though.
Yeah.
That
Battle
is
mode
awesome.
is sweet.
Battle mode is so much fun. And it's one of those games that like I still play even sometimes.
Yeah.
Mario Kart 64, like, Mario Kart, right? Like
Mario Kart.
you gotta play it on 64. And it's just, I don't know, man. They've made so many of those fucking games since then. I think if it hadn't been for 64, you wouldn't see any other Mario Karts. Like, the SNES one really didn't make much of a splash.
Yeah, definitely Mario Kart 64.
Yeah, 64
made the name.
is the G. Now, my next one, I can't remember if you already said it in your list, but we've been talking about it. Need for Speed Underground 2.
Nice. Yeah, I did have that on.
Yeah, good game, dude.
Last one.
Good game. A lot of fun.
Yeah, really, really good.
I don't know.
Customization.
Yeah, I mean, it had cool music too, was the thing. Like, I was listening to it, I was like, I don't know what this is, but I know this is cool, and I'm not very cool, so I'm just gonna listen to this now and act like I'm cool. Yeah, man, great customization in the game. Really, just the cars felt fast. My only complaint is that, like, unless you got super awesome handling, they felt so slippery. Do you remember that? I remember the first time I played it, I was like, what the? Like, I was coming off of Gran Turismo to this, and it was just like, what the hell is this?
Well,
Like, they were designed to drift.
You're supposed
basically.
to drift and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, which it took me a while to get into, but once I did it, I couldn't even play Gran Turismo 4. Because I was like, why am I not drifting right now? Like, you know what I mean? And it took me a long while to get into that, but I don't know, man. It's just fun game. It had a goofy little story too, didn't it? It's like, you gotta get your cred back.
Like, comic
Yeah.
style story.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah, it had that hot girl too, didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
man.
It's kind of funny. I think it's like, the high point for Need for Speed in everybody's minds.
Yeah, I mean, I got, what was it? Not Hot Pursuit, Rivals maybe?
Yeah.
When the PS3 came out, PS4 came out, and it was okay. It was fine. It was kind of the same, but not near as much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It was okay. What you got next?
The final one for today.
Yep.
Number 51. Another Need for Speed game. Need for Speed Most Wanted.
Ooh.
So this was actually the one that came out after Underground 2.
Yeah.
And I spent a lot of time on it on the GameCube.
It was just an awesome game, man.
It had all the same customization stuff, but it had really, really cool police chases, and it borrowed a little bit of the takedown stuff from Burnout 3 Takedown.
Yep.
And like you just mesh all those things together, and like it was so cool, and it had a really nice setting. It was always sunset there.
Yeah.
In the world there, and I think people kind of complained about that because, like, I don't know, sunset's like a 2-hour time frame.
Whatever, man. It was so pretty. So pretty.
But yeah, it made things really, really pretty, especially for the time. Like,
and it was just, it's so epic when you're playing it, because now I'm thinking about it, I probably like Most Wanted more than I like Underground 2, but the list has been made. But man, I don't know. It's just so epic because they had helicopters to chase you too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were getting chased down by like a ton of fucking cars. They go over this jump and you just like hide in the perfect spot so they can't find you.
yeah.
Oh, it's like such a tense
And like,
moment
the police
too.
would like lay out spike traps for you too.
Yeah,
and
they would try and
build,
fuck
like,
you
heavy
up.
roadblocks and stuff like that, and like
Yeah.
you got notifications about them coming up, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna circumvent this. And then you
I feel
do,
like
and,
I should replace Underground 2 with Most Wanted, actually. Fuck. You know what, though? If it wasn't for Underground 2, I wouldn't have played Most Wanted.
Yeah,
So that's all I get with the loophole there. But man, what a fun game.
Yeah.
Fuck, I forgot how much fun that was. Yeah. That was super awesome.
So good.
Okay, so now my 51 is Batman Arkham Asylum.
Arkham Asylum, man.
Yeah, man. I beat this one in... Actually, I beat Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, both in just sit down once, play through the whole thing. So,
Yeah.
and it's maybe not how you're supposed to play those games, but whatever. I'll play the games that way I want. And just a lot of fun. I love the Batman games. Well,
Yeah.
I thought I did. I really don't like Arkham Knight. I haven't even finished it. It's like, why do you do this to me? And then I tried to play Origins, and I was so stoked. And someone, I think it was Refugee Orion, they were like, yo, you got to play through Origins. You got to finish it. But I tried it on my PC. It just super buggy, kept crashing. I was like, this is terrible. I got my money back. But man, Arkham Asylum was like the first fucking awesome DC game.
Yeah, definitely.
And it was, did you play it? Was it on your list later? Or?
No, it's actually not on my list at all. But it is
You
a
haven't
game.
played it, yeah.
I had never finished Arkham Asylum, but I did play a good majority of it. I really, really like it.
Yeah, a lot of fun. And it's one of those things like it has a great mix of stealth and action. And it was the first game that I ever played where like the action was like that, and everything since has borrowed from Asylum, basically. And it's so epic. It has like the perfect slowdown moments when you get to do a big punch in someone's head.
Yeah,
you flip over
feels
people,
good.
and it feels really good. And the stealth still feels good too. Like you can go in, analyze the situation. And I remember one time I was like, okay, now what will Batman do? Because there were some hostages, and I didn't want to get the hostages taken out. I mean, it was like a stretch objective. You didn't have to save the hostages, but I wanted to. So I like snuck around through the vents and like placed explosive gel in a key location, and then set off some other like traps so that I set off the gel, got them away from the hostages, and then I was able to save the hostages and then just, murder these guys in like systematic fashion and drive them kind of insane. And it was just like, where'd he go? I don't know where he, and it was just, I don't know, man.
Feels
you
really, really good
feel
to do
like
that.
Batman, and it was sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game's sick. So good, dude. I said sick like a million times, and I'll say it again. Sick.
So
Yeah.
we're halfway through the list now.
Wow. What a wild ride it's been so far, Kev.
Only going to get more wild.
Oh my goodness. There's some good games on here, man.
Yeah,
Some good games.
definitely.
That's a good memory. So now, I said I was going to bring it up. I'm like, we're getting a little long in the tooth. I'm going to bring it up. What'd you think of Stranger Things?
Stranger Things. I enjoyed it quite a good amount.
Yeah.
I think I really kept myself distanced from hearing too much about it beforehand. And I think that's a good thing, because I think if I had like too many people hype it up for me and stuff, then I wouldn't have liked it as much.
Yeah.
Because it isn't a mind blowing.
It's not the best thing ever made, but it's really good.
Yeah, it is really, really good. Yeah, some of the best child acting I've seen.
Yeah, and I think that was the best part. I mean, the cast, like, it could have gone horribly wrong with some shitty child actors, but like, they were all pretty good.
Yeah,
like no real complaints at all, actually.
Yeah, I think it was just Jonathan, the actor behind him. I didn't like
at the
so
beginning,
much.
but you started
like
like
the
him at
first
the
half
end
or so, and then the second half.
Yeah, and I
enjoyed
think
it
it's
more.
one of those shows that benefits from less is more a little bit. I mean, they only had 8 seasons, right?
8
right?
episodes.
Fuck. Yeah, 8 episodes. And I find so many shows try to get filler episodes. And I think that's the benefit of having Netflix. You have more flexible timelines that you'll tend to go with.
Yeah.
Like the Marvel shows, I think they're great on Netflix, but I think a lot of them could be 10 episodes instead of all being 13.
Yeah.
And I really think they should take a cue from Stranger Things. Be like, just tighten it up a little bit. You know someone's going to try and watch it in a whole weekend anyway.
Yeah, you can make a cooler story.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't need to have those filler moments in. So, yeah, man. Good show.
Yeah.
Good show. Good way to
Definitely
end. And you know what was a good show, too? This show. I think it was pretty good. Do you have any final things to end on, Kev?
No.
Keep fucking that chicken, Kev.